Hump day video number 2. Only because I got a full day tomorrow, so don't know if I'll be able to fit this in tomorrow. So let's talk about Amuse Mastery a little bit. What I'm actually going to do is link a really good video that's on my friend Rich Cooper's channel, Entrepreneurs and Cars. And it has him, Rich, and it has a guy by the name of Rollo Tomasi I've mentioned in videos before. We haven't had a chance to connect on a personal level, but he has written probably the most excellent books that you could read to get a foundation in some of the things that I talk about. The Rational Male, his blogs and his books are worth looking into. And he's on there, and a guy by the name of Ryan Stone, who I've also not had yet a chance to talk to, but we know some of the same people. And he's really good too. His videos are good. So those are a couple people, and they talk more about amusement mastery. So I won't get into it too hard other than a basic definition here in this video. It's really the internal frame, how you need to be on the inside to execute Amuse Mastery. That's kind of what I wanted to address or discuss. But Amuse Mastery, it's a way of handling women. It's a way of handling shit tests. It's a way of handling kids sometimes too. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, instead of, if you're being challenged a little bit, I mean, especially like if you're a dominant guy, if you're seen as a dominant guy, your woman or the women that are in your life, they're gonna like to rattle you. They're gonna try to rattle you. They're gonna enjoy seeing if they could rattle you just a little bit. You know what I mean? Because if you're kind of a person who generally doesn't get rattled in most parts of his life, if she can get a little reaction out of you, it makes her, it kind of makes her smile. You know what I mean? And so she's going to try it. She's going to try to mess with you a little bit. And it's kind of like a way of just of messing with them back and not taking it that seriously. And it's like you're about 2 steps ahead and you know what she's doing, you know, and you're just kind of, it's kind of like, oh, well, that's so cute, you know, sort of a attitude. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way or anything like that. But it's like, I mean, like, so for example, let's say you want to go buy something at the store, and then, you know, you're like, all right, let's go grab this thing that we're gonna go get or whatever. And then she's like, let's say she's looking for all the best deals on the phone, and she's like, no, wait a second, I want to find the best deal. I'm going to look for, you know what I mean? And just kind of like laugh and go, okay, well, I know the best deal is going to be at this store. And she's like, kind of like, no, well, let's just check, let's see, you know, and he's just kind of grin and go, okay, well, when you find out that I'm right, that'll be okay, babe, you know, kind of thing, give her a little kiss. Or you just go, okay, well, you do your looking around, and I'll go, and we'll leave in a few minutes. Or, you know, just kind of like, you're just kind of like, it's like humorous to you. Do you know what I mean? Like the little quirks and the things that they're doing to challenge you. And that would be more of a practical challenge. Like she might want to really find the best deal or whatever. And so, and it's just kind of cute. It's like, okay, that's how she is, and that's adorable. You know what I mean? Sort of thing. And that's a cute thing. It's you know, women do things, some of the challenges, some of the little things they do, depending on your frame of mind when you look at it, so it makes women enjoyable, you know what I mean? What make your woman enjoyable in your life is that kind of stuff. Whether she's just someone you're dating or whether you're more serious, you know, that's part of the enjoyment, you know, as a man. But you know, you could take it a different way, right? Like she could want to do that. You could turn it into an argument. You could get mad at her. It could take you off your frame because she's not listening to you and leaving when you want, and you know, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of that stuff is completely unnecessary, right? And so maybe she's like, you know, I don't know, maybe she's like, you know, maybe she says something like, oh, you're getting weak in your old age or something like that. You know, like maybe she's challenging you there, and then you just kind of pick her up one-armed and, you know, chuck her on the couch or whatever, you know, act like you're mad at her a little bit, but you're not really mad. You know what I mean? And just, it's like that kind of play. It's like fun. You know what I mean? And so that would be, you know, another example of Amuse Mastery. And I won't go into it too. I mean, they talk about it in a little video I'll link up. So I'll let you check that and to learn more. And go subscribe to his channel too. If you subscribe to mine on YouTube, and then go subscribe to his and some of these other guys if you're interested in this content, because there's a lot of good stuff out there and a lot of bad stuff out there. So subscribe to the good stuff, right? But anyway, so this Amuse Mastery though, you have to have an internal frame for it. You can't be, insecure. Certainly you can't have insecurities. You can't be negative. You can't be like, have this angry frame or this, depressive state or this anxious state. I mean, if you got PTSD, this is going to be hard for you. You know what I mean? Like it's a frame of mind that's attractive to women and what's what makes relationships fun, but you can't get in that frame if you're polluted with negativity, trauma-based reactions to stuff, any kind of like mental thing, anxiety, PTSD, depression type stuff. Or just, let's say, things haven't been going well in the relationship and you're fighting and you start, you're just not seeing her in a positive light. You actually have to care about her. You have to have you have to genuinely like her presence and care about her in order for this to be a thing. And it could be just somebody on a first date, a genuine curiosity about this person and genuine caring about her just as a human being, or it could be in a relationship. You're with somebody for a long time and you love them, and you have that you genuinely care about who they are. So like so that's the frame that you need to have is not to sound too soft about it here, because it's not it doesn't have to be a soft thing, but a frame of love in a way. Like I really care. Like this person is hilarious to me. She's funny, because it's somebody I care about. You know what I mean? So when it comes from that frame of I care about this person, I enjoy this person, I like this person, then when they do these little things that aren't, and I'm not talking about like blatantly disrespectful things or real serious things that, you got to address that a bit more seriously. You know what I mean? We're talking about these little things, little messing with you stuff, where she's just trying to take you off your center a little bit just to mess with you. You know what I mean? A lot of times they'll do that. Or they're just being girls, they're just doing woman stuff. You know what I mean? Or she's just being her and her little quirks that, are just who she is, and if you meet that stuff with argument or logic, let me reason you out of this and change your mind, or you know what I mean, especially anger, or if you're taking like some of these challenges real personal, all that stuff, it's not coming from a place of genuinely caring about that other person. She will feel that, it create fights, be arguments. It's not a good way to handle your woman or handle your stuff. So the internal frame is you have to have a positive, a dominant alpha but positive frame of mind. You know what I mean? Like, the outcomes are going to be good. That you're on your center. That you're doing what you need to do and to be successful. You know that things are going to turn out. That's your level of certainty you have. You have a level of certainty of who you are. So when she challenges you a little bit or even a lot bit, it really doesn't take you off your certainty of who you are. It just becomes kind of a funny or a cute little thing that she's doing. You know what I mean? Or if she's bullshitting herself or whatever she's doing, it becomes more or less humorous because you're in your own solid frame. You have a high level of confidence, and you don't rely on her for that confidence. So that it doesn't throw you off center for her to challenge you a little bit. It becomes humorous and fun and cute versus, I'm really upset, I'm really mad, you really hurt my feelings, why would you, whatever, you know what I mean? What do you mean I'm getting old and I'm getting weak, like that, I'm sensitive about that. You know what I mean? It's not, you can't be this sensitive, weak individual, right? That's, you know what I mean? When someone messes with you, right? You can't do that. And so that's the internal frame. But if you have like trauma, anxiety, PTSD, if you have negative stuff, and I say that for my soldiers that watch, you got to get rid of that stuff, man. You got to get it under control. You got to get rid of it because it's going to take you off your frame. And then when you're woman or women you're seeing or whatever, do these little cute. They really should be cute and fun, even if they're totally savage. The way they do it. Little shit test. You handle it. With Amuse Mastery, and you have fun with it versus turning it into a fight or an argument or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so it's if you have a lot of baggage, a lot of stuff that's weighing you down, you're not going to be able to do this that effectively. You know what I mean? So you have to have a strong internal frame. You have to be confident on the inside. You have to be basically alpha on the inside, but alpha without baggage, trauma, PTSD, anxiety, depression, any of that kind of stuff weighing you down. You know what I mean? So, and that's where you have to do the work. Do the, whatever it is that work means for you. If you have one of those things, you know, that I listed as a problem, getting help for that problem. If you need counseling, getting counseling. You need coaching, hit me up, right? I mean, I'm getting people on frame on a weekly basis, usually with coaching, all right? And that, it's like your internal frame and your emotional level of self-control really is everything. You know what I mean? State management is the key to a lot of the stuff. It's everything. If you can manage your state, you'll respond in a way that's effective and positive and allows you to care about the other person you're with, whether you're dating or in a relationship, allows you to genuinely care about them even when they're maybe not in the best state themselves, or even when they're challenging you a little bit. So state management is kind of the key to especially for Amuse Mastery, to be able to have that, to be able to manage that state and have that confident frame. And so you got to get rid of anything that's hindering you from that. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. So a lot of guys that I'll talk to or I'll see in writings, different things, you know, a lot of dudes, red pill community guys, different stuff, they don't have a really good, solid, they have a real negative frame, you know, and I can see it in the tonality of what they post and how they talk. It's not, and I'm not talking about like nice guy, positive, fake stuff, but I mean, I'm just talking about that confident, you know, they're just that confident frame, like you know that the outcomes are going to be good kind of a thing because you have confidence in yourself to make it that way. You know what I mean? And it's like I can hear, you know, when guys will write things or ask me questions or different stuff, a lot of times it is this undertone of negativity, which tells me that they're not in a good, confident, solid frame. And it tells me that they're probably not managing their state very well around their woman. So when their woman tries to take them off balance, you know, they're not in a managed state. They'll get angry or upset and let it affect them in a way. They'll make a mountain out of a molehill. They'll take a big problem and they'll make it bigger rather than make it smaller. You know what I mean? Things that they need to be doing as a man, it's really hard to do if you're in this negative state. So, I mean, I think if you're a theist, turning to your higher power, your religion, that helps. Okay, meditation and some of those practices will help. There's different things out there. I can coach you through it if you need coaching, but there's a lot of resources out there. But that is what you need to do. You need to get a positive alpha frame. You need to have you need to be able to manage your state and your state of mind. And your state of mind shouldn't be thrown considerably off because of any woman. That includes yours. You know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't mean you'll never get upset or you'll never, you know, get concerned or get angry, but you're managing it. You know what I mean? You're not flying off the handle. You're not losing yourself, losing your mind. You're not throwing things into arguments that don't need to happen. And again, that stuff is very, very difficult if you have a lot of baggage and a lot of issues. And so that's why you need to get some help and start working that stuff out. Do the work on you so you can make the relationship good for the both of you, or your dating scenario or your interactions with women good. You know what I mean? All the game and all the tricks in the world won't work long term if your internal state is completely, you know, disastrous. All right? So Amuse Mastery, it's a great technique. It's not even really a technique. It's more of a state of mind and a way of handling someone you care about, you know, particularly when they're challenging you or trying to take you off your little center, because they're amused when they're trying to do that. So, you know, if they're being playful about it. So, you know, it should be an amusing and fun thing, not a negative experience. And so master that. Master Amuse Mastery, but the way to do it, again, is to have that strong internal frame. So that's what you really need to focus your energy on. Focus your energy on state management and having a strong alpha frame. If you have that, all this stuff is infinitely easier, okay? But some of you guys, again, it's like you're trying to crawl around a dark room without and find the light switch, and you can't find it. So that's why you need to hit me up for coaching, or hit me up for at least some resources, and I can point you in a direction, so that you're not just struggling with this issue of your state management for years and years and years. You'll blow your relationships out. You'll have a lot less success in your life if this is weighing you down. So again, like, subscribe to my friend's stuff too. And yeah, if you need something for coaching, you know where to find me. Just hit me up in the message. Thanks.